Hey, what's up? It's Corporal Lett. Checking back in with everybody. I guess before I get this started, I wanted to express all my appreciation from everybody regarding my Uncle Bill. Unfortunately, about 24 hours after the blog in which I guess I informed everyone of the situation, he passed away. From my understanding, with the communication I've been able to have with the family, it was everything considered relatively peaceful. He's a great guy. We'll miss him. Certainly would have loved a chance to get out of here and see him. But I'll always love him. Hopefully, he rests in peace and his family does well. Um, with that in mind, to my aunt on the other side of the family, I hope you're starting to regain your strength. She's battling a little bit of her own health stuff at this point, but she's a strong, stubborn woman. I'm pretty confident she'll make it through all right. So if I can kind of jump in here to the videos, it's going to be this blog is going to be separate, and then I'm going to try to upload as another blog the videos I'll be talking about right now. Basically, one is a key leader engagement, which is a KLE, we call it here. They're pretty common. It's coming out of the combat outpost in the Gilles, which is really a pretty kinetic or dangerous spot in this part of the country. They get hit pretty regularly, usually in the middle of the night. But I went out with them, did a patrol, and the cop is running directly up the side of a mountain. So the terrain, as usual, as I seem to encounter, was pretty rough. But you make do and you move on. You get to the village and you pretty much sit down and you talk to the people, see what they need, what they want, what what might be going on in their village security-wise, maybe what improvements are needed. So I'm going to have that video, and I'm going to combine that with a PRT, Provincial Reconstruction Team video. So they're actually going to be two separate trips. I'm kind of trying to merge them into one to save me some time. But I think these videos give you a good good insight into the other half of the battle in this country. It's not all firefights and combat. I've been lucky or unlucky enough to see my share of that, but it's also about connecting with the locals, more on a human level, interacting, providing them with things they do not have and things that they need, such as water, such as schools, such as roads, paved roads. So it's not all who's got the best firepower. Sometimes it's who's got the best communication and dialogue in these different villages to win over a certain area of the country. And a big thing I want to point out before I end this one and try to get to the videos is that relatively recently there was no real government in this country. A lot of it was whether it was the Taliban or it was another rebel force fighting for power here. Recently, in my own experience, I can already kind of tell a difference from when I first got here to now, how much the local Afghan government is starting to stand up on its own. Like, these projects that I talk about in these villages are no longer said and done and approved and everything by us, the coalition forces. It's all done now through the Afghan government, which I think shows a lot of improvement as far as stability and as far as them managing their own people in their own country. And I think it bodes well for the future in this country. It's a long way to go, but I think the government's starting to stand up on its own and moving much more in a positive direction. So these videos may not be as exciting as some of the other ones, but I think it's some pretty neat stuff, and I hope you enjoy it. And like I said, this will be loaded, and then I'll get to the videos as soon as I can. Hopefully it will go smoothly. Take care.